Hey guys, so in this video I want to talk to you about covert narcissists and my personal experience and how to spot them easily. So, covert narcissists are harder to spot because they are usually not what we are used to see when we think about narcissists. So like overt types, they're easy to spot because it's obvious, the way they behave, the way they dress, the way they present themselves. A lot of the time it's quite obvious that they are narcissistic, but with covert narcissists it's a little bit tricky, and a lot of the times it's the person that we may expect the least to be this way is actually a narcissist. And it's only people who have previously experienced narcissistic abuse, and people who have learned certain things, and people who know the signs of these narcissists are able to spot these covert narcissists. But everyone else, most of the time, they have no idea, because first, they haven't had any problems that would really force them to learn about these individuals. And second of all, so if you don't know what it is, you will probably miss a covert narcissist. You will probably think of them as good people, and in reality you don't know that it's actually a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? And so even sometimes, even if you have had some experience with narcissists, even then some of them may be tricky to notice. And so it's important that we do. We also need to know that narcissists are usually, the people that have experienced problems with narcissists are not like everyone, because they don't target everyone. They choose who they target. And usually it's someone who they think that are better than them, or they think that the person is successful or there's something about the person. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with my throat. So it's usually someone that is worth targeting for narcissists, because a lot of the time they will use people, but they won't really target. They will use people and think, okay, they will always be there whenever I need them, so they will always cater to my needs. But then they meet someone and they consider this person to be great, they consider this person to be successful or something, and so they will try and target that person. They will try and use their tactics, but their ultimate goal is to destroy, right, this person. So I suppose for narcissists, especially covert ones, they will have their supply ready, so they will have people they want to cater to them at any time, and they will also target certain people, not exactly for their supply or something, but maybe just to mess with them, just to destroy them, so that they can keep their throne, of the narcissist. So I will tell you the signs, how to spot these covert narcissists. So a lot of the time, I would say trust your feelings. I don't know how well you are in touch with your gut, with your feelings, but a lot of the time, right away, whenever you see the person, you will feel that something is off about the person. They may present themselves very nicely, they may look friendly, they may look cheerful, they may look charismatic, that's what happens sometimes. But you just see them and you have this feeling that something is off about them. And even if you see someone for the first time and you haven't even talked to the person or even approached them, but you just see someone standing there, and for some reason you feel like something is off about the person, and so you look at them more more clearly, and then they suddenly like, you know, present themselves in this good way. It's like, you know, it's spiritual, right? There are spiritual things, and so if you're feeling something, it is there for a reason. So don't disregard your feelings, because a lot of the time it's, you know, when you see someone for the first time, they're not ready that you just walked into the room, and so they're just relaxed there, and then when they see that you notice them, they will try and hide it. So, you know, narcissists or gaslighters, they will pretend like it's not what you saw, when you know what you saw, right? You know what you felt. So always pay attention to your feelings. How do you feel about the person? Does it feel nice and warm? I don't know, does it feel good to be around this person, or do you feel like something is off, or do you feel like there's negative vibes and things like that? Because on the surface, the person may present themselves in all kinds of positive and good ways, but it's the feeling, you know, it's the feeling that you get from the person, it's the feeling that you get from, you know, listening to the person or talking to the person, watching the person. Like, they may say all the right things, but, you know, it's how you feel when you're with them. That's a very big sign that, you know, you could be dealing with a narcissist. Okay, so then there are other signs like, you know, covert narcissists, they will try and, you know, tell you all these stories, how they were victims in their lives, how so many people were unfair to them, and basically they will want to make you feel sorry for them, and so this way to get your energy towards them, right? So if overt narcissists, they want to just I don't know, act like they're the best and get this kind of admiration or something, for covert narcissists, they will do it sort of quietly, and they will not be so obvious. So one of their tactics is basically playing the victim. Also, whenever you talk to them, it's like there's only one person having this conversation, right? It's like you want to also add to this conversation, you also want to talk to them, you also want to participate in this conversation, but it's like you get a very little chance to say one or two words, because 90% of the time it's the person, the narcissist, is speaking, and they are all in their mind. They talk about themselves, they talk about their life, how much it was unfair and all that, and even though you know, it could be a real story, right? Someone could share with you that they had something unfortunate to happen, but you have to pay attention, you know, on how the story is presented to you. So if you barely get to say anything and it's all one person show, then it's definitely a narcissist, right? Also pay attention at how exactly they talk about these people that have done them wrong, you know, because God is teaching us to forgive people, right? No matter what they've done to us, and this is what we're supposed to be doing. And I know how sometimes, you know, things can really be so bad that it's really hard to forgive these people, you know. It's like you want to forgive them, but it keeps coming up and you still need to work on it. But at least, you know, when people are talking about these things, they don't sound like they are, you know, still going through it, right? They would tell you like, well, this is what happened, well, yeah, it was unfortunate, but you know, it's life, you know, we have to do our thing. And it kind of still, it's like the person would kind of move on from it, right? Like, it won't be like the person is still there even though something happened years ago, and they're still in this still in this blaming, like, right, unforgiving kind of way, right? Still hating on those people, still not forgiving those people, still blaming them. Because, you know, even for narcissists, right, I had to go through a lot of narcissists, and I had to go through some fire with narcissists, but you know, at the end of the day, I know they had some kind of trauma, they had some kind of thing happen to them that made them this way, or that they were not strong enough to choose the high road. And so I do feel sorry for them, and I want them to change, right? I still wish them to change, even though sometimes I'm like, you know, how could they do this? You know, things like that. So, you know, a narcissist would never be this way. A narcissist would always blame and speak negatively about people who have done them wrong. And thing is that you can get a little bit deceived by them, because they will always say all the right things, and narcissists also know, you know, what buttons to push and what things you want to hear. So they always will say all the right things, and so people get deceived, and we need to be careful, right? Also with the narcissists, I kind of find that there are levels of narcissists too. There are narcissists who are very easy to spot, but then there are those that are harder, and they, you know, it's like there's different levels to them too. Yeah. Also, like, listen to what they're saying, right? A covert narcissist, they will never like sincerely congratulate you, they will never sincerely compliment you. They will, even if they compliment you, there's some kind of a thing that will either cancel out the whole compliment, or it's gonna be a backwards compliment, or it's gonna be like there will be like a hidden thing behind their words, right? It will never be a sincere 100% compliment with the narcissist. So that's also, you know, why we need to really pay attention to the details and to really see how we feel about the person, because a lot of the time the first feelings that we get about someone, I'm not talking about the first impression, right? Because impressions can be confusing sometimes. But it's more like the feeling, right? It's more like the feeling, especially when in the beginning you get like a bad vibe, but then you take a second look and the person is presenting themselves as, you know, perfect. And this is basically a huge sign that you're dealing with a narcissist, because somehow they notice too that you notice something. And so before you come to conclusions, before you kind of realize who you're dealing with, they will gonna try and gaslight you that no, it's not what you saw, and things like that. So we really need to pay attention to these things, right? Covert narcissists, especially if it's dating, right? If we're talking about a couple, then especially, yeah, men, maybe women too. I don't know, I haven't dated a woman, so right. So I guess they would pretend to be your soulmate. They will be your soulmate, right? They will literally be very quick to say I love you. They will be very love bombing. They will be all amazing, like your dream person right away, full time, like 200%. And in the beginning, it's so amazing, you're so high and you're having fun, but eventually, it would be great, but eventually they start tearing you down. Eventually, they start, eventually they change, they become this different person, right? Because that whole love bombing, that whole thing that was in the beginning was literally to get you on hook. And once you're on hook, once you're kind of craving them, once you like want that attention, once you want all that, it's like, okay, now they can relax and they can kind of do their thing. But it also depends for what reasons they're in the relationship with you. So they could be with you because they want some supply, so they want someone to just cater for them. They want someone to just be there because they cannot be by themselves. They always need someone to, tell them how amazing they are or whatever, just give them any kind of emotion that they can get from you. Or sometimes they can literally come to destroy you. So they may see that, oh, you are in their eyes a successful person, and so they want to destroy that because that really triggers them. They don't want to, they hate to see someone who they consider to be better than them. And so yes, they can be as evil as that. They can come into your life with no other intention but to really tear you down and to destroy you and everything you have. So that's how they can be. And this is why we need to pay close attention to the details and to our feelings, because these individuals, they are very manipulative. They are very kind of smart in the way they do things, because they're very calculated. They calculate a lot of things. Also, they study you, right? How you react to things, how you do things. So they will really make you a project even sometimes. And it's dangerous to be with these people because, well, it's, it's going to ultimately bring you down big time. And also pay attention to how you are. Like, you were with this person for a while. Have you become better? Have you grown with them? Or did things go bad? Like, you lost your confidence and you're not the same person you used to be when you were with them in the beginning, right? So pay attention to those things as well, because if you're losing your confidence, that's not a good sign. Because, right, couples should be loving and supporting and, just unconditionally being there for each other and with each other. So if anything, from the right person, you should be getting all the right feelings, and so they should only be encouraging you. But with the narcissist, it's never the case. You don't even know who you are anymore sometimes if you are with them for too long. So they're literally destroying you and your life, and this is why it is so dangerous to be around these people. So whenever you see signs of that you are dealing with a narcissist, with the covert narcissist, don't try to sort of make things right with them in the sense that don't try to fix them, don't try to explain things to them, don't tell them they're narcissists, because it's not going to end well. Just I always say that, well, admit to yourself that, well, unfortunately this is a situation you got yourself into. You didn't know who you're dealing with because, well, no one teaches us these things, right? I wish someone told me at school about these narcissists and how to stay away from them, but I had to learn the hard way, and this is what made me kind of a professional now. And it's not my favorite topic to talk about, but I also know that there are a lot of people who don't know, and they are enabling these narcissists, and they are suffering themselves too, even though they don't even know why they're suffering. But It's all very subtle. So whenever you realize you're dealing with a narcissist, well, ask God to help you to get away from them. So you may not be able to leave right away, but God will present you with an opportunity to safely get away from this person and to start a new life, if it's your partner, right? Or if it's your someone at work as well. But your peace and your well-being is a lot more important, and a lot of the times when you do walk away from these wrong people for the right reasons, God will restore what you lost, and God will not only restore but also give you more. So what you really need to do is to trust God and to be strong in this time of change, because change is already not an easy thing to do, but eventually you will get into a much better place and you will be really happy you made that decision. So I guess in this video I covered some of the signs that you can spot in a covert narcissist, right? Yeah, but these signs are really, I find them to be the key signs. Everything else, it kind of adds up to everything that's always there. Because narcissists, they're not exactly the same. They differ in their own, they differ, right? There's like a scale or something, narcissistic scale, I don't know. But nevertheless, these individuals are dangerous to be around. So please stay safe. Please know who you're dealing with, and and be with God, and may God be with you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.